Noah's Ark. When we...
All right. Shabbat Shalom. Simba Salam. This particular vid, I don't know, I don't really plan on spending too much time. I just want to make a brief statement about the Decalogue, the 10 Commandments, or the 10 words of the true commandment of the Most High, the Sustainer, and that omnipresent inner self, or that true living God within. Those who are conscious to that. Now, dissect the commandments as it is written in this particular chapter in the book of Exodus, chapter 20. When Yahweh the Father reveals to brother Moses upon Mount Sinai the 10 Decalogue, or 10 words, upon the stone tablets to the people of Israel, and eventually to all humanity for all generations. First of all, it says I am, which is Ahaya, the original name in the Hebraic tongue, Ahaya, Asher Ahaya, and in the divine Hashem, the divine name, we have Yod He Waw He in that original Hebraic, not the Ashkenazi translation of the modern Eurocentric Jews, or the other Jews who call themselves Jews, but the original source of Yahweh, or Yahweh, Jah, that Elohim. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make any graven image out of stone, or of images of silver or gold. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord Yahweh in vain, in blasphemy. And that's not GD, that's religious false interpretations of modern English language. It's the actual name of Yahweh, or Yeshua, in that Hebraic. Remember the Shabbat, or remember the Sabbath day, and keep it holy. Commandment 5, honor thy father and thy mother, that your days may be long in the land, on this blessed earth. You shall not murder. This particular bookmarker is translated from Old English and used the word kill, but it says you shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness. You shall not convey anything that is a possession to your neighbors. These are all based off principles of basic righteousness and moralities that are universal to all philosophies and all cultures, all religions, or spiritual teachings. Okay, the first portion of the commandments is dealing with love for the Most High. So if you have true reverence and love for the Most High, you're not going to worship some false image or a false god besides the true living Elohim of creation, or the true Elohim, the Sustainer. Okay? So we don't get caught up in idolatry. We don't blaspheme the name of the Most High. We honor our earthly parents out of respect for what they've done for us. That's based off righteousness and love for our fellow man. If you love somebody in the foundation of Jah love through righteousness, you will not murder them. And that's speaking of not self-defense, of having to kill someone to save your neck or somebody else. That's speaking of, unjustified murder. You should not murder. If you love somebody, especially your spouse, you're not going to commit adultery, lie to them, and cheat on them. If you love somebody, you don't steal from them, you respect them. You don't lie to them, you don't bear false witness to them. You don't just take their goods without asking. That's a lack of respect and a lack of love, and that's cease to being true righteousness. So these are just basic morals of common sense. But people question the commandment speaking of the Shabbat, or the Sabbath day, or the original Sinbit, to keep it holy. That's in a reflection of the Most High, what it truly means to be one with the omnipresent, from above and from within, the true Einai conception. And speaking of the new covenant in Yeshua, and through the true King of Kings and his Christ, through this new covenant, a more spiritual based covenant, there is flexibility. Salvation comes through the Messiah in reverence to his will, walking the path of righteousness. And those who, recognize the power of the new covenant through grace, maybe exceptions on the full 24-hour Sabbath from time to time. Some may keep it a partial Friday evening, do prayer like devout Muslims, true devout Muslims, and true Islam as opposed to Islamism. It's like true Orthodox Christians and even Orthodox Jews and Hebrew Israelites. Some may keep Shabbat on Saturday morning throughout a portion of the day. Some may keep the traditional sundown to sundown during the high holy days like myself. Now that we've come out of the high holy days and to the official new year, here we are. I keep a partial Shabbat, in the mornings, Saturday morning to usually 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Say Shabbat Shalom. I say my prayers, chant my psalms, and meditate in the scriptures. Even post up videos, sharing knowledge and meditating in the word of Elohim, that true book of life. But there is grace, and that's keeping the Sabbath is a reflection of the Most High. We are micros of the macro, reflections throughout this vast universe of the Most High. So the Sabbath is for man to restore and rejuvenate man's energy, especially living in this Babylon system, and also mystically to make new for the next cycle to come. That is it. Those who keep the commandments have that true oneness with the Most High and his likeness and proper faith and reverence, going back to that original faith of Abraham. Those who claim to be God, like these modern day Kanye West, so-called Jesus, mixing the name of Yeshua and Jesus and Jesus. It's blasphemy. When you're committing adultery, being married to big icons like Kim Kardashian, and cheating on her and lying and still saying you're God and this great pop star, you've lost your head. You're bugged out of your mind, and you've sold your soul to the devil and the Illuminati and these powers that be. So you're not keeping the commandments. You're ceased to being a true God. You've gone from true God man to devil man, and many people go astray. And so of course the powers that be use these people, but to recognize the true God within and yourself. We spoke of in the last video regarding knowledge of self, then one must have reverence to righteousness. And the commandments are not legalistic. This is not based off religion. This is based off what it means to be one with the omnipresent, out of truth and righteousness. Shalom.